3 questions facing the Canadiens ahead of 2023-24. Hello Montreal Canadiens fan, good to have you here. Today I bring important questions, stay until the end so you don't miss any details, and don't forget to like the video to support us. With the season quickly approaching, there are still a few pressing issues facing the Montreal Canadiens, par for the course when discussing any team amid a rebuild. Let's look at some of the biggest questions faced by General Manager Kent Hughes and the rest of the organization. 1 degree: will the injury streak come to an end? It was a well-advertised fact that last year the Montreal Canadiens suffered more injuries than a one-handed chainsaw juggler. Consequently, head athletic therapist Graham Rinband and head physiotherapist Donald Bomforth were both fired in the off-season. And while many celebrated that the team would now enjoy a sustained streak of health, one of the biggest reasons the Canadiens suffered so many injuries last year was due to players failing to be honest before their return to the ice. Medical staff cannot judge pain. That's up to the players in question. And when a player like Brendan Gallagher tells them he's ready to go, they have no choice but to trust that he's being truthful. NHL players have a long history of denying they're in pain. It's built into their training from a young age. But there's little to no value in playing hurt on a team that is destined to finish among the worst teams in the league. 2 degrees: can the Montreal Canadiens take the next step? Head coach Martin St. Louis has earned a lot of praise among fans due to players like Cole Caulfield finding their rhythm, but the fact remains that the Habs have produced terrible numbers under St. Louis' tutelage, much worse than they were when Dominique Ducharme was head coach. Of course, St. Louis dealt with far too many variables last year. He had to balance a handful of overpaid, underwhelming veterans who were kept in the lineup with the goal of turning them into assets at the trade deadline. He also had roughly 1,700 rookies on the blue line, not to mention a pair of veteran defensemen who struggled to maintain any semblance of decent underlying numbers. In that sense, it's unfair to judge St. Louis based on the numbers the team produced last year. It was part of the grace period involved in taking over a team that was in shambles. But this is an industry that is beyond unforgiving, and if the underlying numbers keep tanking, the situation will quickly turn sour. St. Louis will have to produce tangible improvements if he's to be penciled in as the team's long-term coach. To do that, he'll have to hope the majority of the young players are ready to take the next step. Preparation and in-game adjustments will be key, 2 things that are directly influenced by St. Louis. Given the roster he's dealing with, it won't be an easy task. 3 degrees: trading Casey DeSmith. As previously discussed, trading Casey DeSmith will not be easy for Hughes and company, especially since moving a goaltender during the off-season, when teams are at their healthiest, is quite rare. Hughes has stayed true to his word. He's being as transparent as possible with the media and fans, not to mention with the players he acquired in a trade. "I told Casey to be patient," said Hughes. "The goal is not to bury you in the American Hockey League. We will continue to look at possible trades or to make some changes. But it'll take patience with the goalie market, it's always slow." DeSmith's salary also presents a hurdle when it comes to avoiding putting Carey Price's contract on the long-term injured reserve. Well, what do you think about this? Do you believe that all these issues will be resolved? Leave your opinion in the comments, I'd love to know what you think. And stay tuned to the channel because I'm always posting the latest news. Subscribe so you don't miss anything.